afternoon, everyone. So my name is Ilham Kusuma. I will be the moderator of this presentation. So I come from the industrial project VMS 4.0, which has we built or we create some of model, seems like oscilloscope and other trainer kit. So for the first time, we jump into what is our project member. So uh, in my project, I have 8 member, including me, including myself. So I was I was introduce myself before. So my name is Ilham Kusuma, and then there is Rashid Gibran Salihat, and then also there is also Mika Sintia Sitorus, and then the next one is Muhammad Hussein Al Karimi, Rafki Fadila, and then Raihan Gifari Karisna Ramadan. Next one is Atira Kamal, and the last one is God Judia Sitompul. So if you guys wondering what is our project is about, uh, VMES is began with PT Vortex Energy Batam, established in 2010. In 2012, the company grew with the addition of the Cikarang unit. PT Vortex Teknologi Indonesia in 2021 and PT MES Teknologi Indonesia was founded in Batam, Kepulauan Riau in 2010. In Kepulauan Riau. In 2023, PT Vortex Energy Batam opened a new branch office in Bekasi, Jawa Barat as part of its expansion. So, what is specialized of the VMS industry? So, VMS specialize in special purpose machine or SPM, factory automation service, robotics, didactic for education, and also renewable energy. And also, they provide innovative technological production system and solution to a wide range of customer across manufacturing and industry through our team of qualified expert in mechanic, electricity, automation, robotics, instrumentation, and also informatics system. So, what about us? What about this project? What about this purpose of this project? So, Industrial Project FEMAS or FEMAS project for short is proposing for research and build a new learning training kit for Polybatam Electric Engineering students. We will create a new product, for example, like PC-based oscilloscope with digital interface, and also a PC interface with virtual instrumentation, and uh and besides of two of that, we also create another experimental product such as 20 types of electronic circuit labs. So this is the 3 month of project timeline, what we've done and what is our project next. And we jump into our progress. So I will explain about what is my job desk so far. So as you can see in this side, sorry for not really clear, not really clearly. So this is one of our uh, product that we have to build, that we have to create. Uh, and there is 4 main, what I say, like there is 4 main parts that we split into 4, since we have a 8 members, so we split like uh, 2 groups of robotics and one from the electronic manufacturing and also one from the TRA study program. So I've got the rectifier and also voltage doubler in this side. So I'll create this part using a Easy Ada, and also the purpose of this project is we have to create uh one module or one product for testing uh for example in the next projects or in the next product. So this is the schematic wiring, and also this is the PCB that I already created. Unfortunately, this part or this PCB is not already fabricated, and we don't know this PCB is work or not. We don't know the specification. We don't know about how tough the PCB it is. Uh, but in the next project, we sorry, I mean in the next midterm, after the midterm, I think we have to fabricate one PCB to try. Is it the PCB is work or not? So the next one is before I get the job desk to create some PCB, our manager project tell about we that we have to build some web-based learning. The purpose is for that we have to 22 module that also uh, all of the 22 module is really need some like tutorial specification or something like that. So uh, our member from the TRR study program have to build or have to create the module, the learning, how to use, how to start, how to etc. And also a specification and all of the material have to put in this web. So I create this web using HTML and also PHP. In this side is home, and also this one is part of home page. And the next one is this one is contact page, and this one is we call it burger slide. We call it burger menu. In the next in the next uh, next how do I can say like next term or maybe after this midterm semester, I will put like in this discussion and also task page and also discussion page. Either it's like a box for question and answer or something like that, and I have to create more uh feature in a homepage and also contact. And this is the program that I already create using the HTML, and also uh and also it's still like under development. So I think that's all that I can share to you what we've done in this week 7 weeks. So thank you.
My name is Muhammad Hussein Al-Karimi. I'm here today. I will explain about my job desk and what I do this past month. My job desk is programmer. I will think like that. And my job desk is to connect Arduino Uno to able to communicate with LabVIEW. And this is how I do it. And first, this is our simple like the first step to make oscilloscope. There is this design, the front end, and this is the back end. And I will explain a bit about the back end. And so we use Arduino Uno. The way is first we connect it using VISA in the lab view, and then the the data from Arduino Uno will be sent to a lab view via serial print like this. And then after it receives the serial, it will convert the serial to read buffer. It means it will show the number up here. And then there is this converter. So the pink is a string and the orange is I think is integer or number. Yeah. And so this is the converter. So this is the build array. So the waveform chart can connect to it. Next. This is my Arduino Uno code. As you can see, it's using serial begin and serial print. And this is the data. It's from A0, pin A0, analog 0. And this is what the formula for the voltage 5 divided by 1023. Why 5? Because the voltage in Arduino usually 5. And why 1023? Because Arduino Uno is 10 bit, which means 2 to the point of 10, which is 124. So if we include the zero, it will be 123. Next. So during my experiment, I noticed that the data here is very different. Why? Let me explain. The first data is the stable data, the normal data. And the second one is when I disrupt the data. Turns out I able to give it a noise by close by putting my finger closer to the Arduino Uno, especially on the pin A0. So as you can see, this is the before I put my finger, and this is the after I put my finger closer to the A0 pin. This is the video. Let me show you. So the first is this is the stable one. As you can see, this is when my finger is far from the Arduino Uno. Then this is when my finger start close. It's close to the Arduino Uno. It's like this. Every time it close, it get the noise from my finger. And then there is the interesting part is when you touch the Arduino. It spike the signal spike. As you can see, this is the stable signal, and this is when I touch the Arduino. As you can see, it spike like crazy. Then it start to the normal stable. I guess that's it for my presentation. Thank you for listening to me. The next one is will be my friend.
Good morning. Before starting our presentation, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mika Cynthia Sitorus from the Morning Robotics Class B with name 422240160. The material that I will explain is digital input and output. In digital input and output, there are two main functions. Namely, first is analog input oscilloscope to read 25 analog signal, 10-bit resolution up to 20 millisecond or second. Two, digital I/O. First, digital input used to read external logic signal 0 or 1 and monitor digital signal. Example source is digital sensor, buttons, and microcontroller output. Two, digital output used to generate outgoing logic signal, pattern generator, and also control external device. Example source is LED with resistor, signal to Arduino. The second material is example of digital I/O application. First one, reading button or switches and input. Two, monitoring digital sensor, ER or encoder. And three, observing clock or data signal. Three in input. And digital output is generate pulse patterns. Two, send trigger signal to Arduino. And three, controller LED. Safe step before using digital I/O. Common ground. GND must be connected to the external system GND. 2. Voltage level. Use a 3 until 5 volt signal or TTL level. Low output current should not go directly to the motor. Use a driver. Protection. Use a resistor for 700 until 10,000 input, 220 until 1,000 output or optocoupler. And the last material is digital I/O oscilloscope specification. 1. Number of digital channel. Have 8 channel for input and for output. 2. Logic voltage. Logic level 0, 0 until 5 volt. 3. Switching speed. Response time 1 millisecond or sampling rate 1 emphasis. For maximum current per output pin, 10 until 20 mA. 5 protects the input-output. Over voltage, with 15 volt or internal resistor 1000 ohm. 6 is interface to PC is USB or Wi-Fi or Arduino Uno or Amiga.
Next, I will explain about basic concept DC circuit types. Basic concept and Ohm's law application kit. The oscilloscope displays the actual relationship between voltage, current, and resistance, helping user verify Ohm's law directly on the PCB circuit and resistor component. In the second series DC testing kit, it shows that the same current flow through all components while the voltage divides across them, confirming the theoretical rule of series circuit. The third parallel DC testing kit demonstrates that voltage remains the same across its branches while current divides among them. The oscilloscope visualizes this current distribution in real time. In the fourth series parallel or combination DC testing kit helps monitor voltage and current at its node, confirming proper power distribution and potential division as practical by calculation. The fifth voltage divider testing kit shows how input voltage is divided between two series resistors, ensuring the output voltage matches the theoretical ratio based on resistor value. In the sixth DC power testing kit, using the oscilloscope, learners can observe how electrical power flows and is consumed by the load, confirming that P equals V times I matches the waveform behavior.
My name is Atirah Kamal with NIM 4242401063, and this is my slide about the laws and theorems. And now the laws explain the basic rule of electricity like Ohm laws, which say voltage equals current time resistance. Kirchhoff laws KCL, like Kirchhoff's current law, meaning the total current entering a point equals the total current leaving, and Kirchhoff's laws KVL, where the total voltage around a loop is zero. Then theorems such as Thevenin's, Norton theorems, and proposition theorems. And then the theorems such as Thevenin's, Norton, and superposition help you simplify complex circuit. By applying these laws and theorems, we can easily analyze and understand how each component behaves inside the circuit. The next slide. This is, we can see the schematic diagram that shows several electronic components, transistor, GFET, MOSFET, SCR, and triac. The circuit is to compare how each component works and how the voltage and current change when we adjust the input using the potentiometer. Each device has its own unique behavior. So through this circuit, we can clearly see their different characteristics.
Good evening, everyone. Today I would like to present my research on a device called the sample component testing kit. My name is Rafi Fadila from Electronic Manufacturing Study Program at Polytechnic State Batam. So the first one, we got resistor, inductor, capacitor, or basic components. We begin with the basic components, resistor, inductor, and capacitor. These testing kits allow us to measure and observe the behavior of each component, especially when connected an electrical circuit. Resistor testing kit can be used to check resistance value and how resistor respond in a circuit. And inductor testing kit help us identify impedance and the effect of lecture in AC circuit. Capacitor testing kit allow us to analyze capacitance, charging, and discharging behavior and its function in AC signal. For the second module, we have combination circuit. Yeah, RL, resistor inductor, RC, resistor capacitor, LC series, resistor inductor, and capacitor. These testing kits help us understand impedance, phase difference, and how AC signal behave when passing through different component combination. This model is important to build basic knowledge of AC circuit signals. Okay, next model is thermistor, PTC, and NTC. This model focus on temperature defense resistor. I will explain like PTC is a positive temperature coefficient, resistant increase when temperature rise, and NTC is a negative temperature coefficient. Resistance decrease when temperature rise, and this kits allow us to study how temperature affects resistant values. Thermistors are commonly used in temperature sensing and protection circuit. Okay, next. Relay operation testing kits. This testing kit demonstrates how a relay works as an electromechanical switch. It helps us understand how a relay coil activates and control contacts to switch loads on or off. This module is essential for learning automation and control system. Okay, next we have diodes and rectifiers. Now, this module introduces semiconductor diodes and their application. Of course, diode testing kit for basic diode characteristic, Zener diode testing kit for voltage regulation properties, and LED testing kit to observe light emitting characteristic. Rectifier circuit included in this module are half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, bridge rectifier, and voltage doubler. This helps us understand AC to DC conversion and diode functionally. Next, we have transistor and FET testing kits. This section focuses on transistor and field effect transistor. BGT testing kit to analyze transistor characteristics and biasing. FET, BGT, and PET testing kits to study different transistor types and their application. This module also includes special applications such as Darlington pair and relay driver using transistor, which show how transistors are used for application and switching. Okay, next, last for our module is op-amp and IC circuits. Finally, we have a module dedicated to integrate circuit, especially op-amp or operational amplifier, such as inverting, non-inverting, differential, summing integrator, differentiator, and comparator circuit. IC345 multi-vibrator in both stable and monostable modes. Function generator like IC L8038 and DAC, digital to analog converter, voltage regulator for IC modules. These testing kits help us understand signal processing, waveform generation, and power us regulating using this. Okay, in conclusion, the sample component testing modules provides a complete learning experience from basic passive component to advanced semiconductor and IC circuits. This kit is very useful for developing hands-on skills and understand the theoretical concept through practical testing. So that is all for my presentation regarding sample component testing. I have present the material based on my research that I prepared in a document. I hope this explanation is useful and can contribute to a better understanding of electronic component testing. Thank you for taking time. Thank you for taking your time. See you in next project.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will discuss power and break analysis. Before that, before that, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rehangi Farikarsna Ramadan. Number student 322401053. From the manufacturing electronic study program at Polytechnic Negeri Batam. I will discuss power and break analysis. This project focus on three main experiment. First, the maximum power transfer testing kit, which aims to determine the condition where maximum power is transferred from the source to the load. Second, the DC bright circuit testing kit, which aim to determine these circuits are assigned to measure signal resistance values and to analyze circuit balance actuality. And three, the series RC and series RE transient response testing kit, which help us observe how voltage and current change over time when transient response behavior in electrical circuit. This is schematic UJT and PUT. This schematic show two circuit, one as UJT initiation transistor and the other as a sing port programmable injection transistor. On this slide, we can see two different transistor circuit. One async UJT type 2N 2646 and the other async output type 2N 6027. Both circuits are designed to study the switching characteristic and triggering behavior of this device. Starting from the left side, this is the UJT circuit. The UJT has one emitter and two base labeled by 2 and by 1 and by 2. In this configuration, the capacitor C1 charged to R1, and when the emitter voltage reaches the resistance of ratio, the UJT turns on, causing the capacitor to discharge rapidly out of R2 and RT. The process product a salty waveform showing how the jet as the reaction oscillator. The variable resistor RP1 allow us to adjust the tracking point on observe different waveform shape and frequency.
Robotics Trainer Kit for Industry 4.0 Learning Development. Explanation: the Robotics Training Kit for Industry 4.0 Learning Development is designed to enhance hand-on learning in automation and mechatronics. The kit comes in two stand options: hollow or angel steel for durability and stability, and aluminum for lightweight portability. Each unit integrates power, control, and signal module to simulate real industrial robotic system, supporting education and research in modern manufacturing technology. And this is stand number 1, hollow steel or angel steel. Advantage: number 1, strong and durable structure suitable for heavy or large module. Number 2, easy to assemble and modify for different training setup. Number 3, cost-effective material commonly available. Number 4, provide stable support for mechanical and electrical components. Disadvantage: number 1, heavier compared to aluminum, making it less portable. Number 2, prone to corrosion if not properly coated or maintained. Number 3, less aesthetic compared to aluminum forming. And this is aluminum stand trainer kit. In advantage: number 1, lightweight and easy to move, ideal for flexible classroom or lab setup. Number 2, corrosion resistant and long lasting with minimal maintenance. Number 3, clean professional appearance suitable for modern industry 4.0 labs. Number 4, modular frame allow easy expansions or reconfiguration. Disadvantage: number 1, more expensive compared to steel or hollow frame materials. Slightly less sturdy under heavy mechanical load. Number 3, require patient assembly to ensure stability.